What's up, sports bettors? Alex here, and we are going to be going through the best bets for Marlins at Reds. So I have a player prop in this game, and again, we're going to be looking for a positive EV bet, right? Just a mathematically profitable bet. Where is the value mathematically, right? Where's the value in the odds? So we can see the Reds, they're currently best offered at minus 142, and the best price for the Marlins is plus 133. So the Reds are slight favorites in this game. And again, as a sports bettor, whatever location you're in, you have to be line shopping. You have to be looking for value. If you want to bet on the Reds, you better be placing that bet on WinBet if you're in a state with WinBet because it's offering the best price, right? If you're betting at minus 155 when another bookmaker in your state is giving you minus 142, you're doomed from the beginning, right? You always have to be getting good prices. It's kind of like if every stock you had to buy at $10 higher than everyone else did. It's just an unfair advantage as a sports bettor. You always need to be getting the best line. So anyways, today we don't have a money line bet though. We have a player prop bet, and we're going to be looking at Braxton Garrett. So he has cashed his over 4.5 strikeouts, which is where his line is typically set, 6 out of 9 games this season. He's cashed the under 3 out of 9 games. So this is the free OddsJam mobile app. There's a link in the description, and it's just for player prop research. So you can kind of look at the last 5 games, the last 10 games when he's home or away. How has he performed, right? So we can see if you were to bet on Braxton Garrett every game this season, you would have cashed the over 6 out of 9 times, which means if you were betting at minus 200, you would have broken even, right? So of course, every game is different. You don't want to rely on historical data, but it is pretty interesting to kind of look at the historical data, be able to slice it by home, away, stuff like that. So anyways, let's go ahead. Let's get into the player prop I'm on for today. So it's a positive EV bet, and it's right here. I'm on Braxton Garrett over 4.5 strikeouts, right? When you're using OddsJam, you always want to be looking for the bet in bold with a circle around it. So you can sort by date, you can sort by profit margin, which is listed under this percent column. And we can see Braxton Garrett over 4.5 strikeouts. That's the bet in bold we want to be on Caesars at minus 133 odds, right? So this bet has cashed 6 out of 9 games this season. So that makes me feel a little good about it. But again, every game is different. So we also want to look at the real-time market data. So you can see that Pinnacle, so the sharpest sportsbook out there, they're pricing this all the way at minus 172, right? So if we actually click into this, FanDuel has this minus 156. It looks like Caesars just moved up a bit to minus 146. BetOnline has this minus 169, DraftKings minus 160, and Pinnacle minus 170. So this is the real-time market data. Things are always ticking around, right? We can see that Caesars went from minus 133 to minus 146. Pinnacle went from minus 172 to minus 170. BetOnline on the under went from plus 135 to plus 130 just from the time of starting this video. So you really need to constantly be looking for good bets with OddsJam because these lines are always moving around. But regardless, when we bet it at minus 133, and you can see my bet right here, locked it in for today for $250, Braxton Garrett, over 4.5 strikeouts, minus 133 was pretty ridiculous value, which is exactly what we're looking for as a data-driven sports bettor, right? If you want to make money, you have to be finding edges, value in the odds, and being able to get Garrett over 4.5 strikeouts at minus 133 when no other sportsbook is giving you better than minus 156 is ridiculous value, which is why it's on the positive EV page, right? All the positive EV pages, depending on the books you use, you can filter out sports books, stuff like that. But it's just constantly scanning all the books according to your settings, singles, home runs, batter props, everything according to your settings, and showing you the best bets in your location, the best data-driven bets, right? Depending on the specifications you select. So for example, I have soccer filtered out because I don't like betting on soccer. But regardless, this is a ridiculous value MLB bet, right? Being able to get the sharpest bookmakers still pricing this at minus 170. We were able to grab it minus 133 on Caesars. So that's a bet you want to be all over. And then this is your profit margin quantified mathematically. So we have 3.99% edge, 4% edge roughly. On Braxton Garrett over 4.5 strikeouts, we locked it in for $250. So the profit margin on my bet is $10, right? Which is exactly what I want as a sports bettor, a positive profit margin, a positive EV bet. So it's literally your goal as a sports bettor to go through OddsJam and place as many positive EV bets according to your specifications and the books you have kind of on a daily basis. You're like forming your own portfolio of sharp, profitable bets. Not every bet's going to win, but over the course of the long run, you'll make money because you have the edge over the sports book. So that's the bet I'm going with for today. That's the player prop I like. Braxton, over 4.5 strikeouts, -133 on Caesars. Lock it in. Let's make some money.